Okay. I'm back. We have several possible tornadoes that are touching down here. I'm gonna quickly take y'all to home because of what has been happening recently. If you can see this blue right here within all this red, that is debris being picked up. So we just had a tornado to the southwest of Harrisburg. And it looks like it could do another one pretty soon. This one will head towards Truman. This one over here near Tuckerman seems to be consolidating into the line. It doesn't look like it has as high of a tornado threat anymore. This one that is approaching to the west of Wynn has a very, very strong mesocyclone aloft. This could also produce a tornado pretty soon near Vandale, Cherry Valley, and eventually up towards Marktree and Kayonza. We have storms farther south near DeWitt, Holly Grove, Brinkley, Cotton Plant. We have another one that just got tornado warning that is heading toward Tupelo. That one is currently rain wrapped. Also looks like we have another tornado warning up north near Corning. In Arkansas. That looks like a tornado may have touched down. You can see this slight drop out here in colors right there. So this thing will be heading up towards Corning and eventually McDougal and then up into Missouri. Where are you coming up on? Oh, I-49. Go south. Yeah, go south. South. Yeah. Like I said earlier, if you guys were in the stream when this was happening, if you can see this dark red and even pinks in some of these storms here, this means that that these storms are very, very healthy. You can see this classic Cook Echo here, and a similar one here, although this is a little bit less pronounced. But if you see our storm loop, you can see that this storm is still clearly strengthening. This one over here doesn't have a whole lot in its path. This one is getting mixed up with this other storm here, but it should clear out. We had actually a tornado spotter report. We can take a look at. Law enforcement in Poinsett County reported a tornado on this one earlier. That was the debris I was talking about. If we go to upper levels, this is a little bit more technical, but in the upper levels you can see this spike in velocities coming towards the radar. That means that there could be what is called an RFD surge, which means that this thing could be producing a tornado in the next maybe 15 minutes or so. This will be heading up towards Bay and eventually Lake City. As of right now, I don't believe we have any tornadoes on the ground. In Arkansas, at least. Yeah, this one near Greenfield is about to produce a tornado, I think. You can see this whole thing starting to hook, and the last couple of scans, these colors have gotten increasingly close to each other. So our tornado could be dropping somewhere east of Greenfield here. If you can't hear me very well, we're in very, very heavy rain. I will give you all any updates on storms that I have in the future. Right now, everything looks to be about the same. We're on the backside of whatever rain this was. This was initially a supercell in itself, but it kind of got choked off by the other storms. It just kind of became rain. Yeah, we're about to see another tornado northeast of Greenfield. This thing is going through what is called tornado genesis. So Greenfield in Arkansas, there is very likely a tornado touching down. This thing is heading towards Bay and Truman. It looks like it might split right through, but this is going to be another very strong tornado. This thing has the potential to be a very strong tornado. Same thing with this storm over here. This is near Wynn. This will pass north of Wynn. This will be heading towards areas near Cherry Valley and Vandale. You can see this very pronounced hook echo here. I guess I'm going to take you guys to full screen. Look at that pronounced hook echo. Your couplet's going to be right in here. There's your RFD surge. You can kind of see it starting to wrap up on the last couple of scans there. So I'm going to keep up with that storm. I'm going to keep up with this storm as well. Yeah, especially on these upper levels, you can see these colors start to get a little bit deeper. So, I mean, this could be a pretty strong tornado approaching areas near Bay and Truman. Looks like 2 minutes ago we had a confirmed tornado over Greenfield. So it looks like the tornado might be down right now. It might be off to our east. I guess I can check that. This thing is just to our east. We'll want to go east on this road, and then eventually south.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check up on some of these other storms here for you. Assuming, yeah. Again, this is a tight couplet. There is almost definitely a tornado on the ground here. It doesn't show anything on debris just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised that our next scan would show that blue that we saw earlier with that one tornado. To see that this one hasn't actually produced yet, which is a good thing. It's cleared out its inflow completely. It just needs a little bit more to produce near Cherry Valley. So Cherry Valley, a tornado is still pretty much imminent for you. It's just it just needs to take a little bit more. And if you can see the storm that's actually back behind it, if you can see in the last couple of scans here, I guess I can show and trace it. This storm here that is kind of trailing on the backside and kind of pushing this thing forward, that could actually help this thing possibly produce a tornado. So Vandale and Cherry Valley, you need to be very aware of this storm here. Farther to the east, you have, again, Marktree, Aranza, Birdsong, and Turrell. You might think that this is debris here, but if you compare it, it's right in the inflow. It's what you call inflow contamination. So this is not actual debris being picked up. It's actually the wind being detected because of how strong the inflow is into this thing. So this thing has a whole lot of inflow. It just needs a little bit of a push to get a tornado in progress, which is why this thing is a tornado warning. I'm going to head back over to this one near Greenfield, see if we have anything in the area, and it doesn't look like we do, but I'm still surprised that this thing hasn't really dropped anything yet. We have had reports of it on the ground, and that would not surprise me. That's just the thing that is next to us. I'm going to head up over to this one near Corning. It looks like this thing has become outflow dominant. You can see the big bow in this thing. That tells me that other than this kind of northern edge, you can see a little bit of a couplet there. This thing is pretty much done producing tornadoes and will likely produce very strong straight line winds. McDougal will probably have some very powerful wind gusts associated with that storm. There is another storm. This is the storm that was initially near Cotton Plant, who's now moved northeast up towards Hunter in Arkansas. This one is moving up towards actually the areas of Wynn, just south of where this storm currently is. And you can see this one is starting to hook a little bit. It's got a pretty strong mesocyclone. You can see these are winds going away from the radar, and these are winds going towards the radar. You can see these heightened colors here suggest that we probably still have a very strong storm that's still in its strengthening phase. And again, this is heading up towards Wynn and similar areas that this storm was taking, although just a little bit farther south. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if areas near Bay didn't have a possibly strong and maybe even intense tornado pretty soon. You can see these colors here. I'm going to show you the evolution of this thing, especially recently. as the thing heads up towards Greenfield, you can start to see this spike in these reds here, getting into even colors of orange as it heads closer to Bay here. Same thing with this side. It starts at greens and eventually gets into your darker blues that you see here. These are on the higher ends of the wind speed kind of spectrum that's on the left here. Watch this storm very carefully. I would be surprised if this thing did not produce a tornado really soon, unless it is producing one right now.